Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Shireen Marie, and welcome back to our safe space where we come together to learn, to grow, and inspiring each other to becoming the best version of ourselves. Yes. So today's topic, as the thumbnail said, new habits, new life. Let's talk about it. Let us talk about it. But before we get started, let's do something that's really become special to me. It's one of my new habits that I incorporated in my life recently. So if you're at home, you have anything in your hands, please set it aside. If you are driving, please follow along or listen along. I want you to close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. Feels really good. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good job. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Feel that air going through your lungs. Open your eyes. Good job. Very good job. So this is one of the habits I created. It's called my morning breathing exercise. It really helps to keep me focused and grounded and in the moment, remaining in the present moment. So again, as the thumbnail said, we'll be talking about some of the habits that we have developed over the years. Of course, some of the habits are good and some of them may not be so good. Most importantly, I want you to know that you have the charge of creating all the experience in your life, whether good or bad. What we know is that it takes about 21 days to implement a new habit. 21 days. Well, it seems like a long time, but it also feels like not such a long time. But it does take a consistent effort that you put forward each day to actually develop the habit. We know that we are creatures of habits, and sometimes we develop these habits inherently over time, and they have become so automatic, so we don't even know we're doing them. Has this ever happened to you? So you're driving to work and you pull out of the driveway, you get to work, and you think to yourself, I don't even remember how I got here. It's because we are on autopilot and we've become so desensitized with the things around us, and we just focus on driving to work. Sometimes I think the car knows the route, but that's definitely not the case. But again, it's a habit that we develop, and it becomes so repetitive that not only your physical body knows how to get there, sometimes it feels like even the vehicle knows how to get there without you being in control of the wheel. As we create these habits, or as we think about our intention into becoming the best version of ourselves, that we also need to develop the habits that are going to enhance our life and not pull us back. What we know is that our brains cannot distinguish between a good habit or a bad habit, so it doesn't know. But what we do know is that there's a reward. So whether the habit is good or bad, there's a reward. And that comes through as part of the endorphins, that good feeling that you feel when you eat a piece of chocolate, or that good feeling that you feel when you go walking. That is the reward. So your brain doesn't know if it's good or bad, but it just releases the endorphins when you do the activity. So let's think about it. What are some of the habits that you can think of that you may have developed over time that may not be in the best interest of where you want to go or where you see your life going. You know them. So what are some of the things that you can think about that I've heard about? Too much coffee, or too much junk food, or just being too engaged with social media. Especially, there's nothing wrong with social media, but there's some aspects of it that if you take a look at your phone, you can actually see the statistics of how much time you spend on one particular app or the other. So let's pay attention to how we're spending our time on social media, because that can also influence or help us develop habits that may not be so good for us. So we need to be intentional about the things that we're doing or we are bringing into our lives. I want to tell you that it has not always been easy. What I know is that I wanted to create a space that is going to change the way I think about things, change the way I see things. And sometimes it's even uncomfortable for me. What was important for me in creating this habit was to set the intention. And my intention was to be able to create a space where we can grow and inspire each other. And sometimes I don't even know what I'm going to say, and it really takes time for me to read and become inspired by something to be able to share the content with you. So the point here is that this is a new habit. The reward for me is that I am able to inspire someone, or even inspire myself to becoming the best version of myself. At the same time, think about the things that you may want to change that might add a little bit more value. So for example, is there something we can do about focusing more on the positive aspects of a situation? So regardless of what the situation is, good or bad, there's always a positive impact or a positive effect of it. Maybe we need to start thinking about that a little bit more. My food intake is really key as part of my overall diet. So is it eating more vegetables? Is that something that you'll be interested to do? It's not easy. Vegetables don't necessarily taste good, but after a while eating vegetables, your taste buds become adjusted. For me, what I've found is that my palate has completely changed because I've taken the step to change my diet intake. So if I'm drinking something, immediately I can taste if it's way too much sugar in this thing, and it's up to me to decide if I want to continue with it or not. Most of the times I don't, but it's like developing the habits where it's going to trigger something in you to really take stock of what you're doing, take stock of the action that you're doing, and to create the space to change it. And of course, nothing happens overnight. I completely recognize that, and it's not easy. As I said, it takes about 21 days to create a habit or implement a new habit. But it all starts from the mindset. It also starts from the desire to want to do that thing. So is it reading a little bit more, reading 30 minutes more? Is it spending more time with the family? Is it going for a walk? I'm not saying you should become a 500k sprinter, because it's going to take time to get to that place. But do we want to think about maybe going outside for 1 minute? So that 1 minute now becomes 2 minutes, then it becomes 3 minutes, and then you've started to create a habit going outside. And once you get to the space where your body or your mind misses doing that activity, is when you've developed that habit. So for example, I was telling you about my morning breathing exercise that I do each morning. When I don't do it, I feel away. It feels strange, and I need to get back to doing the breathing exercise. So I'm happy that I'm able to share with you. I want to pause here to thank you for listening to my content on the weekends. Continue to like and share my videos. Again, let's tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's share this space with others so that they too can be inspired. So when you think about changing habits, it's like crossing a bridge. You must gradually make your way across the bridge. If you try to jump across the bridge, your efforts can become painful or even tragic. You might fall. So my point here is that you need to take the time. Do it in stages. Do it step by step. Bite a small piece of the apple one step at a time. That will help you to get closer to the goal that you set for yourself. But it's important to change the mindset. You have to want to do it. You have to desire it. Question for you. Is your soul ready to trust yourself? Are you ready to live and not just exist? Are you ready to thrive, be alive, and experience every day like today is the last day? In order to trust yourself, it requires that you live in the now. So again, are you willing? Are you ready to make that change to building a new habit that is going to inspire you, that is going to enhance your life, that is going to get you on the path to the goal that you have set for yourself? A great philosopher once said, "We are what we do repeatedly." Again, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but an habit. I want to encourage you to start thinking about the things that you can do differently. I also want to encourage you to recognize that it's not going to happen overnight, and that it's okay to fall off the tracks. But once you fall off the track, you must get back up again. Give yourself 1,000-second chances. Again, guys, thank you so much for listening and coming back to hear my content week after week. I enjoy this space. I enjoy sharing with you. And for a call to action, I want you to think of 5 or 10 things that you have done over the years. I want you to create 2 columns. So I want you to be able to create 2 columns so that you can also celebrate yourself. So the 2 columns, the first columns is write the 5 habits that you think you have developed that have enhanced your life. And then write the 5 habits that you think that you could delete or edit from your life that will also get you on the path to continuous growth and to becoming the best version of yourself. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for sharing this space with me. I consider it a sacred space. It's a no judgment zone. And as I sign off, I want to wish you a very productive week ahead. And until next time, love, peace, and honor. Thank you.